face you.
Welcome to the Bushido Gang. What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurai, and welcome to part one of my team builder series for Pokemon Showdown. For Pokemon Sword and Shield Showdown live thing, whatever. So, anyways, for the first team builder, I decided to build around Taunt Cinderace. So this is basically like a stall breaking kind of Cinderace. So before we get started though, make sure you guys have a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokemon, check out my Instagram profile. All those links will be down in the description. So without further ado, let's dive into this little team builder. So technically, while I do these team builders, I should just have the one mon right here and then just build around it. But unfortunately, I already had the team here, and I didn't really feel like putting them out and then just building them back in. So I was just like, you know what, screw it. So I'll just talk about the my team building process and just how I came to using Cinderace. Also, my music. Okay, there you go. All right, so Cinderace. So I wanted to build around Cinderace, just because, well, one, it's a starter, and I thought it would be easy to build around a starter first. Again, like people know about the Mon, they know how good it is and all that jazz. So I wanted to build Cinderace first. And also it is the best out of the other starters, and it's going to be even better once it gets its hidden ability. Rillaboom will come a second. Will pretty much come second to it. Honestly, it could be better than it once Grassy Surge comes out for it. But I'm not gonna go too further into Rillaboom. I'll talk about it once it actually gets its hidden ability. Now, when Cinderace gets Libero, ooh, it's gonna be something. It's definitely gonna be something. Inteleon though, we don't talk about Inteleon, so because I already had a bad experience with that mon. It's not that great. It's not that great compared to the other two. But I'll talk about the moveset real quick. So we have Pyro Ball, Taunt, Court Change, and U-Turn. So I wanted to build a stall breaking set with Cinderace, or more like utility kind of set with Cinderace, just because I wanted to try and delve into what else this mod can do. Cinderace has a lot of tools going for it. Again, like most of the tools it has, it can't really fulfill it until it gets Libero. Once it gets Libero, it's gonna have a lot more options in what it can do. Again, like it has a very nice move pool. Again, it has access to a lot of other like a lot of coverage options like Gunk Shot, Iron Head. I thought I saw High Jump Kick. Oh yeah, High Jump Kick as well. So Zen Headbutt even. Electro Ball, even though that's like kind of a weird one, but also Bounce as well. Again, another weird one, but has a lot of options going for it. But I wanted to try and like see what else I can do with it. Normally when people run Cinderace, they run like Pyro Ball, U-Turn, Court Change, and then Sucker Punch. Again, I wanted to be different and just like try to take advantage of one of its one of its options. So Taunt allows it to shut down a lot of defensive mons against stuff like Calm Mind Clef, some Defoggers, Hazard Setters. Taunt can open up for mons on my team. To either set up, get my own rocks, or just be aggressive. Pyro Ball is Cinderace's like signature move. Pretty much the strongest signature move out of all the other starters. Again, I'm talking not just these starters, but also the previous ones. Again, like stronger than Darkest Slayer and stronger than Spectral Shackle or whatever. Spiritual Shackle. I forgot what Primarinos was. I think it was like just Sparkling Area or something like that. But basically, it's stronger than those moves. It's very strong. Pyro Ball is basically a Flare Blitz that doesn't take recoil, but it's also inaccurate. But its inaccuracy isn't that bad. Again, like 90 accuracy is pretty decent. So it can land most of the time, which is good. And that 10% chance that it's taken off of that does allow it to have a chance to burn some stuff. So it's honestly a very solid move. With core change, I want to be able to, if they throw up hazards on my side of the field, I want to be able to kick them back, and then just force my opponent to either defog, or I just make them take damage on the switch in if they try to switch out and try and get rid of the hazards. I could also again like pivot off that and just U-turn out and allow myself to get more initiative going for the rest of the team. Again, just adding that momentum. Like Cinderace specifically is just a momentum mon, so you want to try and really get as much momentum as you can with it, um, and also just get as much chip as you can with it. So after building Cinderace, I was just like, okay, what else could I use that could make this mon a lot more aggressive against my opponent? So I was just like, okay, I definitely need a rocker, and I also need a water absorber because Cinderace is very weak to water. So that mon was all on me, the Seismitoad, because back then they didn't want him. Now since now Seismitoad's hot and they all on him, like it's really crazy how how Seismitoad used to be like something that no one even talked about until like late Gen 7. Like late Gen 7, that's when people were just like, oh, Simon's actually a pretty decent wall. And now it's here in Gen 8, and it's one of the best walls in the tier right now. So, I actually do want to talk about this set real quick. So I should talk about the EV spread first. So basically, this is going to be my defensive pivot. So it's got max HP, a little bit in attack, 252 in defense, and then 32 in speed def. The 32 in speed def is just the way to just so that way it could take again special hits a little bit better. Again, like stuff like Dragapult, I could be able to take a Shadow Ball decently well. Again, like other special attackers as well. Just be able to eat that hit, and then be able to force them out as well. Just by like getting some earthquake chip going or whatever, and also getting a toxic off or whatever on whatever comes in. But with rocks, again, Seismitoad being my main rocker, I want to be able to get up rocks and again pressure my opponent. Earthquake is going to be there to pressure the poison types against stuff like Toxapex, other fire types as well. Again, like opposing Cinderace, I want to be able to earthquake them back. Skull's going to be there to potentially burn some physical attackers. Again, like burning stuff like Corviknight, and also just like other bulky mons. Again, burning them or even getting a toxic off on them is very, very good for me. Again, getting that residual damage on whatever comes in is just fantastic for my team. Originally, I had knockoff over toxic because I wanted to have more utility. Again, getting rid of an item is pretty nice, but I decided against it just to forego toxic because again having that residual damage is a lot better than getting rid of an item in my eyes, especially on the side until set. So yeah. Again, basically, I wanted a water immunity, which items have pretty much fit that role, and also an electric immunity as well, which it also fills that role. So really, in terms of like what I have to watch out for with this mon, or when I fight against this, or when people when I fight against opponents and they try to like check my Seismitoad, I want to be aware of stuff like what's it called, like Zero Aura with Grass Knot, which is starting to become well, it's not as big as it used to be. Again, like once Zero Aura came out, or once home started, but it's definitely still something that I gotta watch out for. So because more people are starting to adapt like a bulk upset, so you don't really see Grass Knot on it. But Quake is going to be able to check Zero Aura very nicely. Again, this is a decent check, but again, I have to be aware of Grass Knot. And again, it can also check other ground types as well. Again, check opposing Seismitoads as well, and just taunting them back. But yeah, that is pretty much it for Toad. So after Toad, I was looking at, okay, my team's very ground weak. It's ground weak, but it can still like function. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna need a special attacker and also a spin blocker as well. And also I was looking for a fast mon too. So I was just like, well, Dragapult's there. I might as well use it. So here's Dragapult. So we have Miss Sneak This, the Dragapult. Now the reason why I call it Miss Sneak This because behind a sub, gotta burn some stuff, gotta hex some stuff too. It's Miss Sneak This right there. All right, so The EV spread on Dragapult is very weird. So I gave it 88 in HP, 40 in defense, 112 in special attack, 16 in speed def, and then max speed, timid, 252. So typically when you see Dragapult, you usually see it being like a spec set, choice scarf, sometimes banded, sometimes DD. Occasionally you'll see a subset. So this is basically the subset that I'm going with, but usually you don't see like usually you don't see sub, you just see like U-turn. You see the U-turn set, but I decided to go with sub Dragapult because I felt like it would fit the team better. Again, like synergy wise. Basically because again, it kind of fulfills that role of being a defensive mon, but also still being able to dish off some very strong attacks. So with sub, I want to be able to scout for whatever my opponent goes for, and also just wear down my opponent's power points as well. Will-O-Wisp is going to be there to burn physical attackers, so burning stuff like again, stuff like Draco Vish, Bisharp, again like physical attackers. Burning them is my main goal with Dragapult. I want to try and burn them, and then I want to wear them down with Hex. Again, getting off even more damage on them. Draco Meteor is going to be there to check opposing dragons, so it's going to be there for checking again like Hydreigon since it can outspeed it. I could also check check Kyurem as well, Komao. Again, checking those three is probably like one of the biggest things it needs to be able to do. So once it can like beat them check them, then that's what I need to do. Again, with Kyurem though, I do have to get a little bit of residual damage on it first, like some kind of chip on it first before I can knock it out, because even at full, Draco Meteor has a chance to not even kill. The roll was like, I remember looking at the roll was like 80 something. It was like a high 80 to, no, not even a high 80, it was like a mid 80. It was like 85, 83, 85 to like 100. So it's a very low roll, which is something I don't really want to risk with this mon. So I want to try and get the residual damage I can with it. But going on its EV spread, being able to burn some stuff does allow me to take again those physical hits a lot better, which is why I had that investment in defense so I could take the hit. And then speed def is just to take on like other special attack. I mean, just to live a couple other like low base special attacking moves, and just be able to keep this mon around for a little bit longer, and also again just scout for whatever my opponent does. So yeah, it would be really nice if this mon had a little bit more recovery, if it had recovery options. Like if it had like recover or even Roost, the Dragapult would be a lot better in terms of like having a recovery option. But overall, it's still pretty good at what it does. And for this set, it's pretty solid, I say. Just from testing with it, of course. So yeah, that pretty much covers Dragapult. So after Dragapult, I was just like, all right, I need some power. I need some power. That's what I was looking at. I was just like, man, I need some power, and I need some priority, and I don't even need speed. I just need power. So I was just like, man, it would be really cool if I ran another dragon type, and also if I had like it was like like a really strong physical one. And the only good physical dragon type right now is definitely, without a doubt, Haxorus. So this is kind of biased though. Haxorus is one of my favorite dragon types to use. Again, I enjoyed it in Gen 6 and even in Gen 7. Again, like funny enough that one of the first teams that I built getting into competitive was did have a Haxorus on it. So a little fun fact for y'all. But yeah, Haxorus in general, it's very strong, like super strong. It's ridiculously strong. Like look at that attack stat, 432 attack. That's off the Adamant Nature. So virtually there aren't too many switches for Haxorus. Like again, there's like the fairies, of course. Again, if I don't have like the poison coverage, then I can't really hit them. But if I get rid of that poison, but if I have the poison coverage, then what can I hit with everything else, But I'm not gonna go too much into that. Besides, I'm just gonna like kind of back off that. But basically, Haxorus is again meant to be the wall breaker for this team. So I have First Impression, Dragon Claw, CC, and Earthquake. So First Impression is going to be there to check the dark types. Checking dark types like Hydreigon and like Hydreigon, Bisharp. Again, like all those dark types and even Psychic types as well. It's very, very good. Again, being able to revenge kill them is super nice. Again, like its priority does quite a bit of damage as well. Again, First Impression was exclusive to Galazapod back in Gen 7, but in Gen 8, it's widely distributed now, so there's a couple more mons that have access to it now. Yeah, First Impression is just very, very strong, and again, very good priority. Now that this mon is a priority option, it could just be a lot more threatening. Again, being able to pick off weakened mons as well with First Impression is going to be very nice too. After they got like chipped from hazards or chipped from any kind of residual damage, First Impression can pretty much just pick it off. Dragon Claw is going to be Haxorus' main stab. Being able to break through opposing dragons, catching them on the switch in, and also is just a really nice move in general. Just being able to do a ton of damage to everything else that's not a fairy type or a steel type. CC is there for said steel types actually, being able to hit against stuff like Corviknight, hitting Ferrothorn. What else? It's just also like and also like Jirachi as well. Not a lot of mons really want to take a CC on the switch in anyway off this mon, so it's a very hard hitting move coming off of Fade Snatcher, the Haxorus. So there actually was a game where I was testing with this mon, and I believe I was facing a Corviknight. The Corviknight was at like 72 HP, but it came in on rocks. So I brought in Haxorus on that switch in, on the weakened Corviknight. I went for CC, and it died. The Corviknight died. Actually, I think it was very close though. It was like on 2% after the CC, so it was basically going to be fodder after that. But Haxorus is very good at being a revenge killer. Definitely definitely a very good revenge killer to use. Like again, like later, like in the late game, of course. And then lastly, we have Earthquake. Earthquake is going to be there to hit pretty much everything that's not a flying type. Even Levitators get hit by it because of Mold Breaker, so I'm able to weaken or not weaken. I can just dominate over the Rotom forms, which is very, very nice. And also again, like Hydreigon as well. It's just very good damage overall against the fairies too. Does a good chunk to Sylveon, does a good chunk to Mimikyu. I think it actually knocks out Mimikyu after like rocks. Again, like hitting Grimmsnarl and Hatterene is also pretty nice as well. Could also check the poison types as well. So now I have an answer to Pex, even pretty much Pex. Like Pex is like the main one. Being able to hit that is very nice. And also being able to hit like ghost types too, since everything else doesn't really hit a ghost type besides Dragon Claw. But being able to hit like Age Slash is nice as well. So yeah, that pretty much covers Haxorus. Originally I thought about going Jolly, but Adamant was just so addicting. I was just like, man, I gotta go Adamant. Adamant's just the move. I have to go Adamant. So unfortunately, it is gonna cost me because I will be slower than again like Hydreigon, even like base 95s. So I'll be slower than like Obstagoon, of course, and some other stuff. But it doesn't really matter too much because if they come in on a switch and they're gonna die anyway. So after Haxorus, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna need something that could deal with fairies because my team is looking very, very weak. It's very weak or fairly weak. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, the team is very weak. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna need a fairy answer, and I'm also gonna need a ground immunity as well, since my team was starting to look very ground weak. It was already ground weak, but I was just like, I need something else that could take it. So pretty much the best mon that I had, or the best mon that would fit that role, was Corviknight. So Corviknight was kind of the cop-out pick. I couldn't really figure out anything else I wanted to use. So I was just like, I gotta use Corviknight. Corviknight's the best mon in the tier, and that's actually facts. It's really one of the best mons in the tier right now. Again, being a very good defensive check. on both the physical side and the special side. Being able to take hits from Corviknight, being able to take hits from stuff like Dragapult, even it can take a flamethrower very nicely. I take physical hits very well. Again, like stuff like Bisharp can take pretty well, and then body press it back. It's very very bulky. So you can just take hits like for days and just be able to roost it off too. You could also pressure your opponent as well and just wear them down. Being able to just like drop their power points by 2 and such. So it's very good at pressure stalling as well. With the Roost. But basically, Corviknight's role for this team, Silver Bullet, I mean, its role for this team is to chip the fairies. So again, chipping Clef is key, very very key, because like I said, if I don't get rid of Clef, or if Clef just gets let go free, then it's going to be very hard for me to beat it. The only way I can really beat it outside of Corviknight is with Cinderace. But I do have to be aware of like Thunder Wave and such. I could just taunt it, of course. But still, I definitely needed something to deal with fairies, and Corviknight was the mon that could fit that role, and also a ground media as well, so I could be able to chip stuff like Escadrille and Hippowdon as well to some extent. So yeah, U-turn's gonna be there for to pivot around as well, so I can pivot into my more offensive mon. So again, pivoting into Haxorus or pivoting into Cinderace, or even Dragapult's gonna be nice. Defog's gonna be there to get rid of hazards, so being able to get rid of like T-spikes and rocks are gonna be very very nice, especially T-spikes, because I don't want like my I don't want these two specifically to get poisoned, or even Seismitoad to get poisoned. So I want to be able to get rid of those T-spikes. And then Roost is there for the recovery, so this mon could stick around for longer and keep doing its role until I don't need it. And yeah, so that pretty much covers Corviknight. Now originally I thought about running Rocky Helmet on it, because I would be able to, because if they go for like U-turn or whatever, or I mean if my opponent goes for like some pivoting move, go for U-turn, or just go for like some attacking move, then they're gonna get hit by Rocky Helmet. But I decided to go against it and just make it more speed death, just be able to again take on the special attackers, because right now my team didn't look like my team had like a way to deal with like Dragapult to some extent. So pretty much Corviknight fit that role, and it's definitely good at what it does. So after Corviknight, I was looking at the team and I was just like, man, even though I have a Spadef wall, like the team, okay, so far I'm not gonna talk about Reuniclus yet, but basically I have an answer for pretty much everything. Cinderace could again like check those pretty much can check fairies to some extent, also check the ice types as well, checking like Hiram and all that jazz. There's a lot of other stuff as well, again like just being able to pressure utility mons. So I was just like, Cinderace is pretty good at what it does in that regard. Again, I had my defensive wall, again a water ground type, which is very nice. Being able to be not only a water immunity but an electric immunity as well, which is fantastic. So I pretty much like I was okay with that role. And again, Dragapult being like being more utility based, and also being able to break through stall to some extent is also nice as well. And then like Haxorus just being a wall breaker, and then Corviknight being my Spadef wall. I was just like, okay, what else do I need that could fit the role? So I was just like, man, I need another special attacker, because I only have like 3 physical attackers, and this doesn't really count because it's more like utility based. So I was just like, okay, I need a sweeper. And guess who was the sweeper? Yep, it was Reuniclus. So Reuniclus is going to be the late game sweeper for my team. So basically, I'm running Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Store Power, and Recover. Reuniclus is very slept on in my opinion, but people aren't using it because, of course, there's the ghost types like Aegislash running around, and Dragapult and Gengar and Grimmsnarl, like all these dark and ghost types are around, so no one really wants to investigate with Reuniclus. But I encourage you to try out Reuniclus, because it is very very good. Once you get rid of the dark types and the ghost types, Reuniclus goes off. Even if the ghost types are around, it still goes off. Like once you get rid of like Mandibuzz or Obstagoon or even Hydreigon, like it's very easy for those monsters to go crazy. So that's what I recommend. So as moveset, like I said, Calm Mind does allow me to set up on special attackers. So I can set up on stuff like on passive stuff, For example, I can set up on like Seismitoad. I don't really have to worry about getting toxic since I'm Magic Guard. I could even set up on a Peg since I'm faster than it with the investment that I have. So I have 36 in speed, making it go 105. So I'm able to outspeed Toxapex. Or I think I speed tie with it. It's one of the two. It's like a speed tie, or it's like it's something like that. I think it's a speed tie. I know its speed isn't that high. It's like 107, I think, or 105. It's very low. It's like base 35, I think, or 32. It's something around there. But basically, Reuniclus is gonna be able to speed creep it, and I can just set up on before it hazes. The 148 in special defense is that way I could take on, again, like other special attackers. So again, like Dragapult, I could be able to take the hit, be able to recover, and then Calm Mind up on it. The 8 in special attack is so that way I just have a little bit more investment in attack. 92 in defense is so that way I can take on, again, those physical attackers and be able to set up on them as well with Iron Defense. And then the 220 forward HP is just, for the HP, so that way I can take on those said mons, and with all the investment I have, I can just be able to just keep recovering and keep running down my opponent. So like I said, once the dark types are out the way, which Snatcher can do very easily, and also Run the Race can do as well, and once they're out the way, Body Bag is just able to just clean through everything. So yeah, don't have to worry about getting tossed, don't have to worry about getting burned, getting paralyzed. None of that really matters. Well, getting paralyzed actually sucks, because I could just get paraflinched by Jirachi or something like that. But I'm not gonna wish that upon myself. Don't want that to happen, of course. And I do have like items that I can deal with that anyway. But yes. Originally I wasn't gonna run a sword power set because I was just like, because I thought there were better options, but looking at it, I was just like, no, I gotta go sword power, and sword power was definitely the way to go while I was testing. I was able to get a couple games off it, and Reuniclus was just, gonna go stupid pretty much. So that pretty much covers the move, or that pretty much covers the whole team. Now I'm gonna apologize because I really should have got this up like so much sooner, but my old laptop wasn't working. Charger pretty much died out on me, so my whole laptop just died out. So luckily I was able to get a new laptop, so able to use that, and now I'm able to record. So I still have some stuff from my old laptop that I still kind of wish I could get back. Probably gonna have to get a new charger and then just like transfer it over to this new laptop. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. With the whole coronavirus going on, I hope you guys are staying safe as well. Again, be able to just make sure you wash your hands and just keep your hygiene clean, because this thing just started and who knows how long this thing's going to be around. So again, just be safe, and that's all I gotta say. Now with this live, I'm probably gonna try and get the live up tomorrow, or not tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get it up on Friday. By the time you guys see this video, you guys should see it Thursday, so you guys will probably see the team tomorrow, or maybe Saturday, one of the two. I'm gonna try and get this live up though. That's definitely gonna happen. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. If you guys did enjoy the team builder though, and you guys want more of these, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what you guys think about this team in general. Again, this is probably my second favorite team after that Choice Scarf Jirachi team I built again a while back. Again, this is definitely my second favorite team. But yeah, I definitely can't wait to get some games in with it, and just show you guys the power of this team, because this team is definitely capable of doing some work. So yeah, again, that's gonna be it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you guys have a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido gang, and subscribe for more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokemon and check out my Smoker profile. All those links will be down in the description. I'll also leave the team down in the description as well, so you guys can check it out and try it out for yourself. So yeah, that's gonna be that. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Hope you have a good one, and peace out.